Welcome to my pre-algebra class. We're on chapter 10, section 7, and we're working with congruent polygons. The word congruent means equal to or equivalent, and we use the symbol, there's a wavy line with the equal sign underneath. So the two shapes below are congruent. That means that their angles, the corresponding angles are equal, the angles in the same place are equal, and the sides are congruent or equal also. So that would mean angle A is congruent to angle E, and angle F is congruent to angle D. Angle C is congruent to angle G, and angle B is congruent to angle H. And side AD, line segment AD, is congruent to line segment EF. Line segment DC is congruent to GF. Line segment BC is congruent to line segment HG. And line segment AB is congruent to line segment HE. So as long as you understand congruent means identical, and we're ready to move on to the next thing, which is doing our evens on the assignment. So I had your paper for 464, full heading, skip a line, title, and then turn to 464, and the guided practice number 2. We're to write the following statement in words. This is what they have in the book. And you don't have to write this down. You write how it translates. So it translates to triangle PQR is congruent to triangle XYZ. In problems 3 through 6 in the guided practice, you use the figure at the right. Suppose you're given the information that triangle DEF is congruent to triangle ABC. Which angle, number 4, which angle of triangle DEF would have 2 marks? Well, if we draw the triangle, and mark it accordingly. Since the D matches with the A, the E with the B, and the F with the C, which angle of triangle DEF would have the 2 marks? Like angle A, it would have to be angle D, because angle D is in the same place as angle A. Number 6, make a sketch of triangle DEF. Copy this, put this down, and A would be replaced with D, C would be replaced with F, and B would be replaced with E, because they're in the same places there. Therefore, F would be the right angle, and it would be marked accordingly. Number 8, use the figure at the right to complete each statement. Number 8, line segment TR is congruent to line segment. If you're looking at the shape, TR has one mark on it, and the congruent triangle above it that has one mark on it, the side, is QR. So it's congruent to line segment QR. And number 10, if the length of line segment RQ is 22 inches, then what other line segment is 22 inches? Well, the one with the same mark on it, which is RT. So line segment RT is 22 inches long. And problem number 12, if the measure of angle PQR, which is this angle right here, is 68, then which other angle is also 68? Well, it would be the one across from it. Vertical angles are equal right here, which would be angle SRT. You have to keep the R in the middle. And then the exercises, number 2, use the figure at the right to complete each statement. Angle CBE is congruent to which angle? Well, I'm going to go ahead and draw the shapes so we can reference them. Okay, this is about as close as we're going to get to it. So we have A, that has 3 marks on it. B, these two are right angles. This has 1 mark and 1 mark for the line segments. This has 3. Line segment BE has 3 marks on it. These 2 angles are the same with the same marks. And angle F and angle D have the same marks. And these have 2, and these have 2. So problem number 2, angle CBE is congruent to the other right angle, ABE. Number 4, line segment FE is congruent to line segment FE has 3 marks on it, and it is congruent to line segment DE, which also has 3 marks. And number 6, if the length of CD is 4.6 meters, then the length of what other line segment is 4.6? Well, the one with the same marking on it, which would be a line segment AF. And number 8, which line segment forms the side of both quadrilaterals? Well, it would have to be the one shared, BE, line segment BE. Problem number 10, rectangle JKLM is congruent to rectangle WXYZ. List all segments that are congruent to MJ. Well, MJ, if we draw the rectangle, JKLM, and these have to be in the same order, WXYZ. MJ is congruent to KL, and KL is congruent to WZ, which is congruent to XY. So line segments KL, line segment WZ, and line segment XY. And then in the last section here, you're to tell whether each statement is true or false. If the statement is false, give a counter example to show why it is false. So we'll do that. Number 12, two squares are congruent if they have the same perimeter. And that's true. If you have two squares with the same perimeter, they have to be identical. So if this side's 6 and its perimeter is 24, and this one has the same perimeter, all of its sides have to be 24, 6 also. And number 14, two circles have the same area, they are congruent. That has to be true also. If this circle has the same area as this circle, then they're identical. So that's true. And number 16, if two rectangles are congruent, identical, they have the same area. Well, that's true. If they're the same rectangles, then their areas would have to be the same. I'm going to do one odd for you so that you can see what a counter example is like. Number 11, two rectangles are congruent if they have the same perimeter. Well, that would be false, because if I drew this rectangle and this rectangle, and they have, if I said that this perimeter of this one was 1, 9, 1, 9, that would be a perimeter of 20. And I could get the same perimeter if I had this side 4, a square. So those are two rectangles, but they are not congruent, even though they have the same perimeter, so that would be false. And this is a counter example to show that it can happen. That concludes the evens. Be sure and check the back of the book.